All right, so we are here live from Repro Studios with Outside Animals. If you guys will take a second to introduce yourselves, tell us what you do in the band.
All right, I'm Colin. I sing, I play guitar.
I'm Pete. I play guitar and keyboard.
I'm Mark. I play bass.
I'm Benny. I play drums.
Nice. So what kind of music did you listen to growing up, and how's that maybe different now?
Benny?
Well, the one band I listened to a lot when I was growing up was Rush, because of my dad. I just loved Rush, Queens of Stone Age, all those bands. That's what I'm still listening to right now. So. Did
you go see them last week?
I was gonna go see them at the Wiltern. Couldn't get a ticket. Really tried.
Yeah.
Well, I've had a long listening career. So I guess I started out with classic rock and then went into the whole 80s kind of transformation. I really was inspired by a lot of the kind of bands from the 80s, like the Talking Heads and just a lot of the alternative stuff that came out then. And then, went through the whole 90s. And, I just am really inspired by kind of the newer music that comes on the scene. It inspires me even more.
Mm-hmm. I started out when I was little listening to Paul Simon's Graceland. My mom used to play it all the time, and then I used to have a cassette tape of Kraftwerk's Radioactivity, and I would just listen to that every night when I would go to bed. And then from a period from like when I was 8 years old till I was like 12 or 13, I hated all music. I decided that I hated music altogether, and I didn't like anything. And then I picked it up with the Beatles at that point, and then from then on it was just like old 60s and 70s stuff, and developed into the modern, like I started actually liking the modern stuff again, and now I like everything.
I think for me, I think that most of my early music listening was listening to like, what my brother had on, and kind of like pressing my ear to the door and be like, whoa, what the hell is that? That's like rock music. That's cool. It's not, my parents always listened to, my mom would listen to oldies and stuff, and that's all great. But, when my brothers started, putting on Weezer and The Replacements and Everclear, I was like, whoa, that's awesome. Guitars, distortion. It was amazing.
Nice. All right. And so how did all of you meet and form Outside Animals?
Benny answered a flyer. He was the last one in the band. We put up a flyer. We put up a couple flyers, and apparently Benny took all of them. So we got one reply to that flyer, but it worked. Good job, buddy. Mark and I met through a former member of the band, and I'd been playing with this guy for a while, and then he was like, oh, I know this guy. We started playing at your work, and that started to mesh really well. And you knew Pete.
That's right.
From when I worked.
Yeah, you guys used to work together. But oddly enough, we have a ton of mutual friends.
Yeah.
It's odd that we didn't meet up at some point. So.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Seems a long, long time ago when we met. You sat with your school books surrounding your hopes you made. Some space to keep your story safe for better days. You said I can't help it, I'm away. But if you only choose between who you are and what you lose. It wasn't your hair, but the look in your eyes, I wasn't missed. And if things were ever wonderful, what comes next? And if you loved me, how would you know? And if you loved me, would you still
How does your creative process typically work?
Let's make up something good, guys. I don't know.
Well, a lot of times Colin will come with a skeleton of an idea, you know, the lyrical content or the melodic idea, and the main body parts of the song, and we'll start putting them together. And what I love about Colin's writing is it has a simplicity that it also lends to an interesting kind of contrast between simple and complicated, because of the way he mixes his chords, but we're not using many chords, and so it's inspiring the way he brings the idea to the rehearsals, and then we kind of work through them, and it seems like it's starting to go even faster and faster. Like he'll bring an idea and we get to really latch onto it and really start flying with it. So lately we've been writing a lot of new material, and
Yeah, it just kind of comes now. Like, I'm gonna start messing around with like a Cars song or something like that. I'm working on that one right now. But yeah, you know, we'll take this couple chords and we'll start jamming on it, and then it just kind of works. Like,
Yeah.
you know, after, you know, we spent basically a year practicing, working on songs that are written and everything like that. So we built this chemistry, which is really the perfect word. We really have a good chemistry as far as all of our different parts, and you know, it doesn't even take that much of, you know, communicating what, like, oh, I'm hearing this thing. It's like, you know, we kind of already know it at this point. You know,
Yeah.
when I bring a song to the table, they kind of know, like, well, yeah, this is what we should do and where we should go with it.
yeah. The other important dynamic of our band is, like, you know, it's not easy to keep a band together.
Yeah.
And you have a lot of, you know, you have different personalities, and I've been in a lot of bands and it's been difficult in a lot of situations, but we've been fortunate enough to be able to really communicate really easily and have the ideas flow quite simply. You know, and we've experimented with having Colin bring in some ideas, and we kind of work off them a little bit and then start writing together, but I think we all kind of agreed that it's best for Colin to, like, get a good idea of where the song goes before he brings it, because then that just allows us to really put what's needed there to help make it blossom into the next version of the song, you know.
Yeah. Sweet. So can you talk about your colors here that you guys are all wearing?
Statistical analysis.
We switch them up.
You're right, we do.
you?
I used to
We
be
do.
green,
And
and
I have inherited it.
and you used to be purple, and he used to be red.
Yeah.
And that was a good combo. Benny rocks blue
yeah,
really
it's
well.
strictly blue.
So I found these pants, and I liked them, so I made this jacket to go with it.
Nice.
Yeah, and then Pete, it's like, I'm doing yellow. Yeah, there's not a lot of thought behind it.
Just like, this sounds good to me today.
Yeah, basically.
Well, it does kind of mesh with the colors to her, though.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's why I was
That's
wondering. I was like, well, then was this like the idea before that?
Yeah.
And then it kind of.
I mean, we always, like, I don't know. It really comes from, I have a huge love of bands that present themselves, you know? And the Hives, love them to death. They put on one of the best live shows, and they're super dressed up, and they always have amazing outfits, and they're dressed to the nines. Even their effing roadies are dressed up as ninjas and stuff like, literally ninjas. Even the guy wiping the bassist's face off, he comes out on a ninja costume, and it's a show.
Needless to say, I wasn't meeting anybody here. It goes to show how much I know. show how much I go through. Please don't be so rude. I'd break my heart for friends too. Just don't count me out until I play this high down. Days pass and still I keep on looking back. Already you've got me crushed. Days pass and now I've gotta get them back. Already you've got me crushed. It's a simple stir, but not for you. Oh, what my eyes would do to transpose me and you. Oh, red, you've got me. Please don't be so rude. I break my heart for friends too. Just don't count me out until I play this high down. Days pass and still I keep on looking back. Already you've got me crushed. Days pass and now I've gotta get them back. Already you've got me crushed. Now the hideout's where we used to go. I still got there alone. With one fell swoop, I'm full of hope. If I ever leave, I'll never know. Oh.
All right, big question here, and if you need a second to think about it, if you could change one thing about the music industry now, what would it be?
Anyone chime in? I'm thinking of something.
I just think that if there was some way of still hearing more bands that actually have that are like a new kind of big band, it is difficult to kind of weed through all of the bands that are out there now, because it's awesome that everybody can record and everybody can do anything that they want with minimal investment into it, and keep their own profits and stuff like that with their own recordings and all those things that kind of crushed that industry that was crushing the artist. But now there's so many bands out there that it is a little bit hard to find, you don't just pop on the radio and be like, I found 6 new bands that I love. It's kind of like a search, like searching for stuff and picking out something. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like, if you made it on the radio, you've made it, and it's definitely similar to like the 1%ers, in the financial sector. I mean, it's not like that's its own monster, but there is really there's the people on the radio, and then there's everyone else. And the greater distribution of wealth in that sense would be really interesting. You know, I mean, if you were to flip on K-Rock or 98.7 or just, you know, whatever radio stations on there, you know, getting even a top like 200 or something like that, or top 40. But on the flip side, you know, the industry is kind of ambiguous these days, because there is so much like what you guys are doing, and you know, I think the majority of where we get our new music is from blogs and from just going out and listening to shows and stuff like that, and friend of friends, you're like, oh well, listen to this band. I mean, that it's really
Word of
amazing.
mouth.
You know, like we throw bands to each other. It's like, it's really cool. So, yeah, I mean, definitely there's an issue, but there's a lot of people working to handle it at the same time. And if you put your work in, you're going to find good music. And that's something I don't think you could say in the 90s.
No.
You know?
No. Only the A&R people who were able to present the music. So, I mean, all in all, it's revolutionizing to the point where more good music is getting out there. They don't have the same funding and fuel that they used to have from the big record companies to go out there and, you know, get in front of a lot of people. But then again, like Colin said, at least the people that are making the music and getting out there are making the money, and not the record companies who used to keep 95% of it for themselves. Yeah. So it's kind of a catch-22, you know. You have to take the good and the bad. But I think, you know, the tough survive, and if you just keep plugging on, you're going to get somewhere. And that's the way most bands are. The determinism really shines through. And it doesn't always happen right away. You have to keep going and keep writing and keep your spirits high and aim high.
Yeah.
Wait, no. Rolling.
best live show you've ever gone to?
John Fogerty. Absolutely the best live performance I've ever seen. Granted, I've only been to like 12 actual live shows. It was the best one I've ever seen.
I think it's a toss-up between Randy Newman live and Def Leppard.
Nice. That's awesome. All right, another tough one. If you could be a fictional character, who would you be? Apparently not so tough for him.
Not really.
I'd be Jack from Lost.
Yes.
Oh, TV shows. Damn, I wasn't even thinking about TV shows. Okay, I've got one. The pie maker from Pushing Daisies. Did you get? Yes.
Probably for me, it's probably something like out of Star Wars, probably like Obi-Wan or something. I just love Star Wars, that's why.
Nice.
Star Wars.
I can't. I'm picturing you as an Ewok.
Bob and Ewok, Chewbacca.
Come to practice with a major stick.
All right, favorite things to do not musically related.
Baseball.
Football and ultimate frisbee.
Nice.
I love playing frisbee.
You're a bunch of jocks.
I don't go outside.